Okay, here we are. This is Dishonored, the Brigmore Witches. This is the new DLC for Dishonored. Of course, I have never played it before, so I will do it blind for you. My playstyle is I play ghosts. I tend to knock people out the less possible. Some people I probably will have to knock them out. And of course, will not kill anyone. So I aim to go for the cleanest hands achievement. And I play without HUD except for the health bars, which are contextual. And last thing, yeah, no purchases at all. Also, so begin a new game. Oh, that's nice. Well, yeah, so I finished the Knife of Dunwall, of course, which I found to be very good. Even the last mission, I quite enjoyed it. My problem with the Knife of Dunwall was that the story was very weak overall, and that yeah, and some characters were not very good. I mean, you had this Billy Lurk character that I quite liked, but spoiler alert: if you've never played the Knife of Dunwall, she betrays you, and you really never know why, and it's never really explained. So I was a bit disappointed. But we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to use my low chaos save, yes. And we will of course play on no, not Mr. Assassin, Elite. That I think is the hardest. Save for yeah, we'll play Elite. I'm pretty sure Master Assassin is for people who like to just murder everyone, so yeah, I'll just play on Elite. So I really like Dowd overall, and he's voiced by Michael Madsen. So
he knew. The black-eyed bastard knew that when my blade stilled the Empress's heart and delivered her daughter to the Lord Regent's men, everything would fall to pieces. He watched me do it anyway. And now the world's gone mad. Plague grinds the city down. Corruption rots. A mad killer roams the streets by night, seeking revenge. The overseers have stormed my hideout in the flooded district. And I'm in a strange duel with a mad witch named Delilah for the fate of the Empire. I'd say I was being punished, but I know that the world doesn't punish wicked people. We make our choices and take what comes. And the rest is void. I can't say I wasn't warned. The men are recovering well from the attack, but they don't understand the danger they're in. My mother warned me never to make an enemy of a witch. Corvo, you're here to settle our debt. You understand. I will make this easy for you.
alright, so we begin. Just let me just reconfigure my keys. I've been playing Stalker for a bit, and I use the mouse 4 to run, and I basically don't use it to run in this game. So where is it? Jump, sprint, 2 right, and Alpha Elixir. We'll just use. So we begin right off the bat with defeat Corvo. Well, I don't know. I can do it without. Without killing him, I mean. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do.
Hey. What is it?
Thomas has returned with the information you requested. He's waiting for you below.
Alright, so we, looks like we didn't have to, hit Corvo. Excerpt from a guide to port cities across the Empire of the Isles. Portstead, Bristol, a small town, but the locals are charming and the ale is unmatched. Be certain to visit during the month of winds for their Pennant Festival. Dunwall, Bristol. Notes on the capital city could fill a dozen such volumes. All delights exist in Dunwall if you've got the coin, and all miseries if you're broke, unless you're well connected through someone in Dunwall Tower, one of the key families like the City Watch or River Patrol. Make sure your permits are in order. Otherwise, you're likely to have your cargo seized by the port authorities for any reason they care to concoct. Kilkenny, Morley. While the harbour master here is particular about the kinds of goods you're carrying, the rest of the town is more lax. Be sure to visit the inn at on the rock for the best mutton stew in all the isle. Yarrow, Tivia. The cold here will snatch the breath from your lungs, but it is met with in equal strength by the civility of its well-mannered citizens. The cozy taverns are kept warm by their famously crafted iron stoves, while the northern food takes some adjustment. Bejeweled aristocrats laugh and drink side by side with weathered, leathery-skinned farmers, clapping one another on the back until the dim hours. It is hard to make a friend here, or to truly understand the world view of the native born, but once you do, you'll have a friend for life. Calero, Serkanos. This city is crowded in the warmer months, and for a good reason. You'll find yourself shoulder to shoulder with scantily clad locals and foreigners on holiday. Pale skin burned pink by the sun, which somehow seems louder and brighter in Serkanos. The food in Calero is a shining example of Serkanan cuisine, and there is always music, always dancing. Hand-rolled on the steps of tobacco shops, the cigars are of course fresher than the ones you've had shipped to other parts of the empire. Karnaca, Serkanos, the jewel of the south at the edge of the world, the city is bustling with industry after a wave of settlers from Morley, and an influx of wealthy trading companies from Dunwall. Everywhere you go in Karnaca, there are new ideas, hybrid forms of music, groundbreaking theories of natural philosophy, and even extravagant delicacy made by mixing ingredients from all the known cultures. The locals work tirelessly for the coin, welcoming the elite from across the isles. Dowd. No need to waste breath with apologies or excuses. You taught me that. What I can say is that as soon as I left Dunwall, my head felt clear, maybe for the first time. You told me once that people like us burn hot, then burn up. We don't get a chance to start over. No long days in the sun, but I know you, Dowd. Despite all the blood on your hands, you've been stashing coin. No one does that if they're not holding on to something. You've got some kind of plan, some hope for a new life. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't. But that's what you gave me when you let me walk away. The one thing you said that wasn't possible, and I will never forget that. When the time comes, and it will, I hope you're watching close so you get that chance too. I left a book for you. The world is big, bigger than I knew. There are lots of places where an old man like you could disappear, Billy. Yeah, I let her go in my Dunwall, Life of Dunwall playthrough. Excerpt from a pamphlet published in response to the plague. Dunwall, the seat of power in the known civilized world, the empress of the Empire of the Isles. It is our great capital, and it has been brought low by vermin, the very thought Gauls. We are faced with the reality that our once great city is in a state of shambles, and the few remaining domiciles in any habitable condition are the estates of those wealthy enough to ward themselves against that reality. A city cannot continue to thrive populated by only the upper classes and their cloisterous sycophants. Even if the plague were gone tomorrow, in its present state Dunwall doesn't have enough hardy people of working age to return the city to everyday function. We must find a way to attract more residents, which requires removing the cloud of fear brought about by the current regime. The Lord Regent and his lackeys are bad for business, my friends. So it falls on us, a plague and a tyrant must be overcome, and after that we must undertake a third miracle, turning the screws on the obscenely wealthy, forcing them to pay back into the place that has given them their privileged lives. It is the powerful and fortunate who must pay for the rebuilding of Dunwall, even if the poorest will bear the stones and timbers of reconstruction on their backs. All this must happen for the dormant machine of commerce to restart. Without that, we are all forfeit, and the greatest city of our age will be lost. Okay, so apparently this DLC features a horror mission similar to Thieves, which is pretty exciting. There's some bone charm or rune over there. So I'm kind of a completionist player, so I will just read everything and wow, this is very long. Yeah, I don't know if I will read that, but yeah, whatever. A couple of bits of bone excerpt from a journal covering various occult artifacts. They say my mother was a witch, but the truth, as is so often the case, depends on perspective and your place in the world. She relied on poisons made from exotic herbs and the blowfish that live in the reef waters near Pendician. Her power originated in hallucinogenics, delivered through guile or by force to those who crossed her. There was an unusual intensity in her gaze for certain, but it came from within, not from the outsider. It's what happens to anyone pushed to the absolute edge of sanity and survival, who stays there for years then returns to walk among the sheep in so-called civilized society. My mother was crafty, but if it was anything more than powders, hidden knives and guile, I never saw it. Like they tell children, some of those truly touched by the black-eyed bastard can move through the space between rooftops like a sparrow. Others command armies of rats or poisonous flies as easy as they wriggle their fingers and toes. The overseas are right to fear us, to warn the common folk to stay near their homes at night and keep their families close. But there are other ways his influence manifests itself. Those who serve me share in some of what I can do, and I suspect it's the same for Delilah Copperspoon's coven. Then there are those who can craft runes and charms. The old woman across town, they call her Granny Rags. She carves and polishes the bones of whales, stringing them together and opening them to the void until they moan like a feather sick on a cold night. I found a few of her talismans, and with each one I touched, a tiny piece of me departed and settled in with her. What does she gain? A longer life? Some other kind of power I don't understand? The making of such things is beyond me. I've known 4 people in my time who carried the mark of the outsider, but I've known dozens more who wanted it, who stood at night in stagnant ponds or begged with the dust blowing through graveyards. People who gutted farm animals or burned the flesh of men, thinking it would call forth the void. I met a dying man once who had collected runes and charms for years. He crushed them all into powder, made a pass and ate them, thinking he could gain whatever magic was in the things. His death was long and painful. I also knew a woman for Karnaka who would trade for charms and other bits of whalebone. She cracked them apart and fused them back together, then sold them. I bought one of these corrupted charms that she swore would cause sharp metal to break on my skin, and it worked. But each time it did, one of my teeth turned black and fell out. After the 3rd time I gave it to one of my men. Now when he smiles, it's all bleeding gums, and I wonder what parts inside him are turning black. Sometimes I ask myself, without these gifts, would I be a man to fear? Would I be called the Knife of Dunwall, with my name whispered through the markets and the alleyways, the high towers and drawing rooms? I'd like to think so, but it really doesn't matter. As long as I bear this mark, I'll use whatever craft I have to force my will in the world. The harder trick is undoing what I've done. I'm collecting everything, but I don't need those. The Metaphysica Mysterium, excerpt from a longer banned work on supernatural ritual. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his accursed followers, while avoiding their corruption. I will prescribe a twofold method in this text. Indirection. As the unwholesome powers of the outsider use living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. Containment. By using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies in a raw state, shielding them from the perverse perspectives of the outsider. Here's my gear that I won't use. I don't upgrade anything, I don't purchase anything. Some more readables. Let's reduce one first. The Isle of Serkonos, excerpt from a volume on Serkonan geography and culture. Serkonos, the jewel of the south, is best known for its warm winds, spice foods, and endless beaches. While the city of Koloro sees the heaviest flow of travelers from across the Isles, Karnaca, on the southernmost edge of the known world, is preferred among the elite of the Empire. It is said that a month spent resting beneath the sun on the beaches of Serkonos, or within one of the rural villages, can cure most maladies. Travelers bring back recipes and styles from the south, and the dances that all Serkonans learn in their youth are favored in Bristol for their sensuality, copied by the fashionable aristocracy in the capital city of Dunwall. The only persistent trouble in Serkonos originates along the strings of tiny islands stretching away from the mainland to the east. For generations, pirates have hidden among this archipelago, raiding traders passing between the isles and, more recently, attacking whaling ships returning with rich stores of oil. The Whalers, excerpt from a journalist's reports on organized criminal activity. One gentleman of advanced age swore that his brother had been taken by the Whalers, a notorious gang associated with a man called Dowd. According to Pieter Mansfeld, his brother Radolf was proud of working with the Royal Spy Master's Responsible Citizens Group, feeling no shame in reporting on what he perceived as shady dealings by his rivals at the fish markets. But this might have been the source of his trouble. At the 6th evening of the month of Harvest, Radolf came storming into Pieter's home, white-faced and panic-stricken, claiming to have been chased by a group of ruffians wearing the leather suits and vapor masks used by the men working in the well-oiled factories. Pieter gave him supper and drink, sending him on his way later in the night, after which Radolf was never again seen. Alright. Well, can go this way. There's something.
Taking prisoners is exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about. You don't have to remind me. It's Billy's doing that the Overseers found Dodd. Ever vigilant, I see. Are we leaving soon to Brigmore?
Interesting times, gentlemen. Overseers in the flooded district. Witches abroad in the city. Traitors in the ranks. I'd be nervous too. Then I'd remember who killed the Empress in Dunwall Tower and came out untouched.
Alright, let me take my some water first. I'm guessing most of the flavor text is in this third missions. The Knife of Dunwall, a survivor's tale from a street pamphlet containing a sensationalized sighting of the assassin's doubt. Gentle reader, be assured that your coin is well spent today. What you read here may one day preserve your life and your sanity. No one has seen the Knife of Dunwall and lived to tell it, until now. The sun was setting, a bloody stain against the sky, silhouetting the noble contours of Wealthful's slaughterhouse. The stench of blood, the flesh of men and whales, soured the air. Dowd slithered from the sewers, his body slick with gore and crawling with vermin that no mortal man could have tolerated. His shadow stretched out before him on the ground, and it revealed his true nature, the horned thing warped by heresy. A shape too terrible to put into words, my gentle readers. A sorcerer from the void without question. I could hear the moans of the dying workers left in his wake, but he did not even pause to acknowledge their plight, for his heart is colder than Tivian ice. Instead, he let out a guttural howl of victory, the shock of which snuffled off the life of those poor dying workers, and then it bounded away, moving from roof to roof back towards the streets. And this was where I thought this chapter would end until I heard the music. The grinding metal music of the overseers echoed from the nearby alleyways, and I knew there would soon be a fight. With only my sense of duty to the fallen citizen of Dunwall to keep my fear from overtaking me, I inched closer to the mouth of the alley for a better vantage. A brave contingent of overseers had captured one of Dowd's lieutenants lurking in the alley. He or she, for I couldn't tell beneath the thick leather of the industrial whaler's suit, was prone and tied with sturdy ropes, surrounded overseers. I think by is missing me. But their fixation was ultimately their undoing. Dowd fell from above, moving through the air as easily as a falcon, I swear it upon my spirit. Without sound he glided down among them, and the music maker was the first to die as Dowd tore the man's head from his shoulders. The wretched song faded in a discordant wail. Then I watched as the most notorious assassin of our time became a flurry of leather, metal, and blood, deflecting bullets and sword blades with ease. The last overseer, no doubt consumed with terror at seeing his brothers fall so easily, sank to his knees and begged for mercy. Dowd spoke a single word that made my entrails squirm in my belly upon hearing it. The overseer shrieked like a madman until his mask split in two, as though struck by some hammer and chisel, and a stream of blood gushed from the crack, bathing Dowd's boots. I closed my eyes at that point, too overwhelmed to witness any further atrocity. I could only hope that if that foul heretic discovered me next, my life would end swiftly. But when I opened my eyes, Dowd was nowhere to be seen. This was the last I ever saw of the Knife of Dunwall. So, heed my warning, gentle reader. Should you or anyone you love witness some misshapen shadow fall across your path, or should you hear the slightest rumor of dark words whispered from the rooftops, then flee with all haste. That's funny because I never killed anyone in my Knife of Dunwall playthrough. These guys I just gassed with my bolts. Just looking around if I can see some valuables. I like to collect loot, even if I don't use it. Here's something here. Here's another book. The Royal Spy Master, excerpt from a historical record of government positions and ranks. It is said that the office of the Royal Spy Master has existed for as long as there have been emperors and empresses. However, in the earliest days of the Empire, this position existed in secrecy. Only after the Morley insurrection was the position publicly acknowledged, due to the tremendous role that the acting Spy Master played in quelling the rebellion. Originally, members of the military or officers of the City Watch were advocated for the role, chosen by the Admiralty. In recent years, the outgoing Spy Master has made recommendations of his replacement. From the small cadre of espionage agents serving him. In this way, continuity is preserved, since many of the covert projects undertaken by the government are not committed to writing, only communicated to in whispers behind secured doors. This leads to the most common critique of the office of the Royal Spy Master, that actions are taken and deeds committed that even the Emperor or Empress is not aware of. This lack of oversight or accountability is a commonly debated topic during parliamentary sessions, but those who hold the position of Royal Spy Master insist that in order to function the role must exist outside existing bureaucracy or law. And this is why it keeps Huron Burroughs is some kind of...
What happened at the slaughterhouse? I hear it went bad. I hear the butchers are coming for us next. You should spend more time thinking about your form.
Any butcher eager to die is welcome in the flooded district.
Couldn't say it better myself. Well, where must I go then?
I found Lizzie Stride. Getting her to lend us her boat will be a bit complicated, however. She's in Coldridge. From what I hear, they've got enough on her to hold her for about 1,000 years.
Coldridge. We can use this.
We'll get her out.
And Stride will have to pay back the favor. We'll have our transport.
Ready to leave, sir? Or should I wait? At your pleasure.
Just a sec, I'm looking for... for more bone charms. Just looking around. Because I like to collect everything. Well, I don't think there is anything. Alright, so Coldridge Prison. Well, I don't really like reused missions. I'm not very fond of this. But if it's done well, can be good. I mean, why not? Okay.
Is it time to go, sir?
Yes. Ah, we missed some coins, but we did find a curved charm and the 2 rooms. Alright, so continue to the next level. A stay of execution for Lizzie. You need Lizzie Stride's boat to reach the Lilac stronghold at Brigmore Manor. Unfortunately, the leader of the Dead Eels gang is locked up in Coldridge Prison, and you have to break her out. Oh, this reminds me of Cragscleft from Thief. I like this.
Delilah doesn't leave Brigmore Manor anymore. She doesn't have to. Which means I have to come to her. The manor's upriver, far out past the quarantine line. I'll need a ship. I've lived in Dunwall's underworld a long time. I know the players, gang leaders, madams, corrupt officials. But what I need is a smuggler who knows the river, someone I can trust. It's a reflection of Dunwall, or perhaps myself, that after all these years, the best choice I have is Lizzie Stride. And Lizzie Stride is in jail.
Well, she looks like shit. We're not going to buy anything. We don't need anything. Come on, buying stuff is for amateurs.
Dowd. Lizzie Stride is in there. But we don't know where they're holding her. They're playing overseer music from the loudspeakers. We couldn't get in.
Why the music?
One of their prisoners. A spy got a tower. The guards have sent the overseers to investigate.
I'll be back with Lizzie Stride. Stay hidden.
Alright, so here we are at Coldridge Prison. This is really familiar. This is where Corvo escaped from the prison. And it's night time, apparently. just here's anything. Looks like. Indeed, we are playing music. We have no magic. I doubt they have guards in this area. Just exploring a bit. Here's one. But yeah, Dishonored, I've never talked about it. Dishonored is a great game in my opinion. Some things are not really as good as they should be. For instance, I think stealth is really easy overall. Perhaps too easy for my taste. But it does a lot of things right. For instance, I absolutely love the artistic direction. It is so freaking good. I mean, it's really how you should use the Unreal Engine, in my opinion. It's really amazing. Alright, so there's nothing. Oh yeah, I can't use my magic. I didn't really felt too much into Corvo because he was a silent protagonist. It's not the same with Dowd. I feel very much inside as Dowd, and since the character is voiced by none other but Michael Madsen, I mean.
So Corvo came through here, yet the gate still hasn't been repaired.
Who needs a gate?
The amazing
If anyone
Michael
tries to
Madsen.
escape now, they'll be vaporized. Arc pylons, Sokolov's latest.
That's if they're operational. The second you run out of whale oil tanks, you're defenseless, and the prisoner goes straight out to the bridge.
Exactly. Which is why we drained the water. No one survives that fall again.
Still, the Lord Regent won't tolerate another escape. We have to be extra careful.
Yeah, that's right, but what was doing? Okay. Yes. Make sure no one saw us, doesn't look like. Since I play without the HUD markers, it's sometimes kind of hard to know where people saw you.
They don't hesitate to kill them.
Take aim! Private Morris, you refused to pursue Corvo into the sewer complex on the day of his escape. You displayed cowardice in the face of a national crisis. And I hereby sentence you to death. Ready. Take aim. Fight. Watch Officer Thorpe. You provided Corvo Atano the means of his escape, and have confessed to receiving both money and plague serum in return. For high treason, I hereby sentence you to death. Ready. Take aim. Fire. It's finished. Stand down. The Lord Regent asked to convey to you his personal thanks for carrying out this sentence. It hasn't been easy, but we can all take comfort in a small measure of justice being done. Rest will be caught, and we'll give him the same treatment. Right, men? Back to your posts, then. Double ration of whiskey tonight.
Alright. Yeah, this was never really revealed who freed you from Coleridge. Well, the cell key, at least. Too bad he died, but... Okay, so there's a room nearby. I heard it. I don't know exactly where it is. so since I'm playing Ghost and the cleanest hands as you, I hope you don't mind saves coming because I will use it a lot to get the best possible Ghost status. I know Ghost is pretty forgiving in this game, but even small alerts I will have. I don't want to risk busting my Ghost. Yeah, one of the things that that's pretty weird about Dishonored is the stealth system. That is, it's sometimes kind of strange. I mean, sometimes you think you're hidden when you're not. The problem is that the guards
Someone's supposed to be on duty.
don't really look upwards. They rarely do, in fact. For example, here I'm perfectly safe. The sewers beneath Dunwall. Excerpt from a light historical overview of the architecture of Dunwall. Across the generations, the aqueducts and tunnels beneath the city of Dunwall have served a variety of purposes. In the earliest days of the city's history, several primary canals were used to channel river overflow during times of flooding, and for a time it was fashionable for wealthy aristocrats to commission underground water passages, giving them access to their estates from the Wrenhaven River and its minor tributaries. Over the years, these tunnels began to interconnect, sometimes by design and sometimes by accident. The history of the tunnel system is rich, as every school child is taught rebels used the sewers extensively during the Morley insurrection. As discussed in popular bar songs, lovers often find privacy in some of the cleaner entry points, with fresh air brought in on the winds from the river itself. On a darker note, in addition to seeing traffic from gangs and smugglers, it is rumored that the current spymaster himself, Hiram Burrows, has a network of informants who know the twists and turns of the sewer system by heart. Until recent times, the older tunnel suffered from repeated collapse, creating sinkholes that occasionally consumed entire street corners. The current system rarely suffers from such calamity, since the sewers were reinforced by expanding the city planning department during the rule of Emperor Enhorn Caldwin I. Alright, so I'm taking a short break, I'll be back in a second. Alright, back. Sorry for that.
Why is no one making rounds over here? Keep your eyes open. Possible escaped prisoner.
No one's getting past me.
Bet.
Better make a pass over here.
He's a rewired tool. Maybe you can grab it.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here. Okay, you idiot!
Alright. cannot hide there. Alright.
Someone's supposed to be on duty.
Jumping there.
Stay sharp. The inmates are agitated. Something's not right.
No one's getting past me.
You can see the stuff. I'm just in plain view, but maybe. That's right, you can't. Oh, yes. The monies we want.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
Keep your eyes open. Possible escaped prisoner.
Shit. Again? Watch your back. We may have an intruder.
This is getting old.
I don't think they saw me there.
We got a prowler on the loose.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
And actually, I think they saw me. I don't like getting alerts of any kind, so...
Better make a pass over here.
There's a rune somewhere. I can hear it faintly.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Perfect.
Why is no one making rounds?
Ah, there's something down there too. Ah. I think this is just food. Yeah, this is not toys. I kind of want to grab it, but this will make things a bit.
Stay sharp. The inmates are agitated. Something's not right.
Shit. Again?
Would you kindly move, sir? You're in the way. So this is food. There is paper there.
Supposed to be on duty over here.
Alright, so I am inside the prison now. So we have the two guards on the bridge. There's the, oh, there's another one too. So this one is going to complicate matters.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's a room down there. Aha, okay. I see.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
So I will in fact go back down there.
Better make a pass over here.
Because this guy is a rune we want. I can see it. There.
Nobody's making rounds over here.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
I don't know, maybe because you're there. This is good, alright.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Little boy.
Keep your eyes open. Possible escaped prisoner.
No one's getting past me.
And that's a bone charm, okay.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
Better make a pass over here.
Oh. I was afraid he was going to. Oh, he's getting funny now. What? Ah, fuck you. Did I get the bone charm? Yes, I think. No, I didn't.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Okay, so rats may come. You have to be careful.
Inmates are agitated. Something's not right.
This is getting old. Why is no one making rounds over here? Keep your eyes open. Possible escaped prisoner.
No one's getting past me.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. We have the root, the bone charm, we have the loot. We can now get there. So this guy is going to be trouble for us. Because he's in the way. I want to read this piece of paper there, and I want the food too. Ah, and he has some loot for us. May be able to drop silently. Well,
Huh?
no, no dice. Ah. Really need to get. But that dude will see me, right? Maybe if I blink. Alright, so this did the trick. Overseer arrival. Remember that an overseer has been summoned to address the situation in the interrogation room. Until the overseer arrives, no one is to enter the interrogation room. The prisoner cells are off limits to overseers and other visitors, no exceptions. And now we're going to... So I'm not playing a 100% no powers, as you can see. I will use blink sometimes, not always. I will, most of the times I won't use it. But sometimes I will use it just for convenience. There's an arc island here. This guy doesn't seem to move. Ah, he does. He has some loot he wants and he enters the station, the control station. Okay. So I would like to drop down. And go on the other side of this area without being seen.
The so-called radio interdiction device, or ARC pilot, is for use only by personnel trained in proper imprinting procedure.
Okay. So we can jump on this pipe and hide here till that guy comes again to the room. Since I want his purse. So if you're planning to knock people out, the best thing to do when you do it is to hide them in a elevated position so the rats don't kill them. Because even if the rats kill them, and rats are not you, it is still counted as a kill. This is important. I was seen. Just wait a bit more. There we go. We can grab. Put the pipe again. Pipe. There we go. Should be hidden here. Use a whip wire tool again and some food. That was weird.
Someone's supposed to be on duty.
None of you understand what I can do to you. It's almost laughable, isn't it? When you think about it.
There's gonna reload just for the Akpylon to avoid breaking the glass. We don't want that. There we go.
I'm embarrassed. I've got
Someone's supposed to be on duty.
Morgan and Taylor and Cooper and Wilkins and Linden. They'll go into a signed, notarized deposition. I've sent word to the Lord Regent's office. None of you understand what I can do to you. It's almost laughable, isn't it? When you think about it, you're signing your own death warrants. Let me out! Let me out of here!
So we'll just deactivate the pylon.
Trembling hands, blood from the eyes. Any day now it'll start.
Yeah, so we'll just deactivate the arc pylon. No. See the rewire.
Start any moment, and I'll die weeping blood.
What I want to rewire. I won't deactivate it either. Just go back outside the way we came in. I think we'll use the pipes up there. So we'll need to blink. Blink up. There we go. We're safe here. Move out the breach. Which is nice. And then
Any prisoners giving you trouble? Of course.
you just control the oil tank. So you can see this area was really designed with Blink in mind. Okay, so what do we have here? This guy has some loot we want. This too. Oh, would you look at that? Whoa,
What was that?
okay, some. I could potentially go to this place, but I think I will go through the yard first. But there's an alarm trap. Whoops. Oh, this place is really crowded. Whoops. I don't know if the arc pylon firing is a ghost burst, but I don't want to risk it. So I'll just reload when this happens. There we go. Yeah, one of them is a burst. I think, or it's just the lights reflecting. There's another one here. It's maybe the guard that was yeah. Yeah, not very good carvings these.
Walk all the way back here just to unlock a cell because they paid off a guard.
All right. What's there? This definitely wasn't there when Corvo escaped. Alright, so this is near the interrogation room, as you can see.
It makes sense to the Lord Regent's office.
They should just pay the guards more.
I have no freaking idea where Lazy Thing is.
Is that it? All of B section is in quarantine.
They just kept getting sick, so we moved them out. It must be the rats. Or the water. Or the air.
And we moved them all into A section. Does anyone see the problem with this?
Guard is stationary, looks like. Yeah, not the best angle of approach, I'm afraid. I will go back to the inside of this building and I will just go through the prison block you can see. There's a guard on it patrolling. Maybe I can make a big loop. Section B. Oh shit. He's coming back. Just wait till he's out of the way. Doesn't want to. Come on. There we go. Oh, he has a key we need. Great.
I'm not saying it would be easy, but I can do it once the cell door's open. You? How? In the first rush, I take 2, 3 before they get their swords out. Pick up
It
their
looks like I can
pistols.
open this door.
I'm a good shot.
Weird, but
I'm better than most of the people here. It's a fact.
maybe
If I
controlling.
keep moving, I can take the rest one.
Lizzie tried. She's in rough shape.
Alright, so we need to free her. So what's here? Food. Oh! The key. And nothing else. Right, so what's the key? Inventory. We have a guard post key, ammunition, locker key, and doubt key. Don't really know what it is. Oh yeah, probably the hideout key. The cell door not probably open through some kind of command station, which is probably below. We'll have to explore a bit. Let's follow him.
What?
Fuck you. Let's see if he does something else. No. Alright, so mana and health as a sleepy bolt, as I like to call them. More cells. Ah, here we are at the other side. There is some food down there and some loot too. I've never understood what this thing is, but apparently it's valuable, so... Really cool ambience in this level. Oops. The door. There we go. The command station is down. Downstairs, yeah. 2 guards, apparently. What do we have here?
Hey, you there! I don't have any business with you. Piss off.
Okay. Doesn't look like I can really interact with him. See. Aha, you have another key, which is probably just a copy of the guard key. I will have to see which cells I want to open. I don't want to open them all because I'm pretty sure the inmates are gonna riot, and I don't want that. That would be quite funny to see, but I'm a real ghost, so I just want to do my business and get out. grenades apparently, but the grenades for.
Rat, damn you!
Oh, really? Oh, he's turning fast. Alright, switch some more then. I should have saved. Oh, it's coming back. Wow. Alright, so where do you go and what do you do? Maybe I can just... just exploring there, I don't know if there's a cell if I want to open. Come on, there you go. Yes, good. This one is locked. A11, A12. A13 I want to open. A14 too. Well, you know what? I'm going to open them all. Just because I just want the loot. Yeah, I think I'll open them all. Come on, fucker. Maybe I don't have much choice too. Alright, let's follow him. Oh, come on. Cannot sneak past them. The walkways are too thin. There you go.
Damn you!
You should turn around now. For us too. There. Perfect.
Where's Harold? He's not in his cell.
Check the log. We've been moving people around to make room for the politicals.
This never happened under the Empress.
Someone will hear you. And it wasn't easy with the Empress around. She'd hold inspections with the Royal Protector trailing after her.
I wish we'd taken care of him. He knows our faces. He could come back any time.
He's behind you. how am I going to sneak there without being seen and without knocking him off? It's too lucky. It's a question. I'm asking myself there.
Someone What happened to the prisoner in cell A03?
They dragged him out screaming this morning. One of the doctors didn't like the look of him.
There's something rotten in that cell. It's the third one who's come down sick.
Seal it. We can't have this place infected.
We're going to have more sealed cells than prisoners soon.
Okay, so one of them get out of the room, which was fine. Okay. Logbook. Winston forgot to removed. Elizabeth Stride moved to A21. Lucas Penroe moved to D12. 11, sorry. Jane Cochrane temporarily removed. Oh, Cochrane, I don't know how you pronounce that.
Wait!
Fuck.
Someone get over here! Hold the line!
He turns around, this idiot.
The prisoner in cell A14's been telling stories again.
What was it this time?
Claims he overheard one of the others talking, planning an escape. Started shouting for the guards.
He'll report anyone for an extra half ration.
Okay, so we'll just wait for Homeboy to turn around again, go to the desk. We'll pick his key and the key on the desk, because there's another one. We'll hide in the trash.
When I get out of here, I'm gonna tear you apart. Hear me?
There.
Yeah, whatever. The last thing I do, I'm gonna kill you. Sure.
Enjoy your dark cell, me
Bastard. Just you wait. You messed with the wrong guy.
Shut up. Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Okay, so now we can go back to the second floor and just jump down the yard. Well, this area. I don't know how to call it. I still need to find the controls for the cells though. I'd like to do it when everything is complete. I'd like to go to the interrogation room first. See what's going on there. Okay, so
Hey, you! Come over here!
just shut up.
You! Come on, I got something to say. And I thought you were in the business of killing.
No, you have nothing to say, buddy.
A reminder, the Coldridge prison remains under martial law. Guards are authorized to use lethal force against any unidentified or unauthorized persons on the premises.
Getting that piece of wood may be tricky.
That bastard thinks he can taunt me. Just wait until there's no bars between us.
don't really know how I'm
Maybe
supposed
got
to
used to the new security measures
do it
yet.
without knocking someone out.
It's hard to say.
Probably from the pipe, I'm thinking.
Any prisoners giving you trouble? Of course.
All cells in Section B are under quarantine until further notice. Prisoners who have been transferred from Section B will be observed for signs of...
Alright, so I'm on the pipe.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
Maybe I can hide under the table.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Do you think the mess in the interrogation room is going to get us into trouble? Not at all.
Two of them. Yes, I can. Okay,
Things would have gone
perfect.
differently. What? You don't think so? I'm tired of hearing about it.
All prison personnel will stay clear of the interrogation room until the representative from the Abbey has certified it is free of any heretical corruption.
There we go.
Someone's supposed to be on duty. Otherwise, I'd come here and settle it myself.
I want to check out what's the other side.
You think Coleman's running around the city in a mask, executing people he doesn't like? You're crazy.
Yeah, we'll go down.
No. Why is no
Another
one
time.
making rounds over here?
Going to the going to interrogation room for now. Why not? There we go.
All cells in Section B are under quarantine until further notice. Prisoners who have been transferred from Section B...
Looks like there's ammunition in this locker.
Signs of infection.
The guy is always facing the same direction, so getting there might prove difficult. We can hide under his table, which is nice.
What happened?
Oh, cutscene. These dudes tell us. Maybe we can now. Nope. Ah, ha ha.
Stupid goddamn.
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, come on now. Of course, he's watching the stuff. Oh, this guy is going to see us. maybe we can blink. Yeah, it's like the most plausible solution.
What happened here?
We don't see it. Wow, this is crazy. This is so fucking good. Well, looks like he was burned to death. Okay, so there's a key. First, health potion, we don't need it. Some gold, yay! A rune. Maybe something up there.
Stupid god.
Okay, so here's a book. Interrogation log 425. Excerpt from interrogation logs at Coleridge Prison, Mount of Nets. Prisoner 254A 9123. Goal: location of collaborator in theft of goods. Method: heated metal bolts applied to feet. Outcome: promising responses first, but the subject lost consciousness due to shock. Prisoner 657C 76, sorry, 19. Goal: confession to vandalism. Method: sleep deprivation. Outcome: disorientation. Subject falsely confessed to crime as well as other unrelated acts. Prisoner 874A 1713. Goal: location of a weapon cache tied to the attacks on river patrol checkpoints. Method: water tank. Outcome: tank mechanism malfunction. Subject drowned. Prisoner 4112B 7835. Goal: name of conspiracy organizer. Method: engagement with phobia, spiders. Outcome: subject divulged the information before the hash to the spider basket was even opened. Well, I would do the same in this case.
She's strapped in right? Good. Doesn't look like much, does she? Comfortable? Alright, we'll get this done. Let's start with how you got into Dunwall Tower in the first place. Was it one of the servants that let you in? One of the guards? Nothing? Alright. Corporal, use the hammer. That's right. Smaller one. Can't really tell if she felt that. Don't want to break anything. Let's try again. How did you... Wait. You hear a kind of ringing in your ears? What's happening to her face? She's going... Oh no!
Wow, looks like she was a witch or something.
Stupid rats.
Alright, so let's explore a bit.
Bunch of crap.
Kind of mental on her, sorry. Maybe there's some valuable stuff there. I doubt it, but you never know. The developers are kind of twisting me where they hide some stuff. Well, nothing. Okay, so we can now proceed with the getting out of there.
Stupid
So,
god.
the door provides us hard cover, but we will have to close it. Maybe I can just... Yes, I can get up the lamp. Perfect. I didn't want to do that, but didn't get seen. Good enough. To get upstairs, but looking for some place to hide under the tables.
This controls all the cell doors.
Ah, here we go. Okay, so some readable apparently. Cell control instructions. Cell control system quick reference. 1. Set first tumbler to match cell section letter. 2. Set second and third tumblers to some number. 3. Pull lever to confirm selection. Ensure that each cell opening request and selection are verbally confirmed. Investigate and report any suspected malfunctions immediately. Oh, so we do have some control over that. Okay. Log updates. Remember to take extra care when logging transfers. Even temporary transfers of prisoners from one cell to another must be recorded in the log book. Ensure that the log book is available in the guard booth between section C and D at all times. We will have to make another trip to the cells. Procedures following the escape of Corvo Atano. Excerpt from a case study intended for prison warders. Following the escape of Corvo Atano, the council appointed by the Lord Regent has decided it is of the utmost importance to increase security measures at Coldridge Prison. The recommendations made by this report include structural measures such as increasing the heights of walls, sealing ventilation shafts, and ensuring sewer entrances are inaccessible. Additionally, staffing of the site must be increased to thoroughly cover all exits, and maintain observation of all major corridors. Special addendums. In addition to the new measures outlined herein, the Council has consulted both the Abbey of the Everyman and Royal Physician Anton Sokolov, who is also head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy, asking for guidance and equipment in the handling of those cases which are most exotic in nature. While we have dismissed reports of the supernatural in the past as old wives' tales and lunatic hearsay, recent months have convinced us that there are matters afoot that we do not fully understand. As such, prison executive personnel are encouraged to welcome the presence of both the overseers and anyone working under Sokolov's technical guidance. Okay, so actually I want to open this cell because there was some stuff in it.
Okay, guards, to me! You'll keep...
Yeah, we'll make several trips. Oops, not really right. Oh ho, what do we have here? Escape plans. When you hear the alarms in the courtyard tonight, make a break for the front gate. Jump from the bridge and swim to the sewer entrance. You won't get another chance now that the Empress's assassins has escaped. Watch out for the rats. Someone was planning another escape, looks like. What do we have up there? Alright. So I was thinking of using this to travel fast through the cell blocks, but it doesn't look like I can. Oh. This guy is going to be annoying, so I think I will just take care of him. This video is pretty long as it is. I don't want to. Yeah, I think I'll just knock him out. There we go. We'll hide him up there where nobody will follow. no chance. Here we go. The other two we can leave. We don't need to. Be careful. We can be avoided very easily. Okay, so this guy is going to knock out as well. You can find him. Yeah, here he comes. So yeah, like I said, if you want to knock people out, make sure to hide them in high places where rats cannot return. Otherwise, you're screwed! This happened to me several times. Bodies disappear after a one or two. It's kind of weird, but... So this is the cell I opened. I'm going to write down the cells I need to open to get some items. I wouldn't really like to open a cell with some prisoner inside it because they will riot, I'm sure. I don't want that, so I will just keep the loot inside their cells. Come on, you. Oh. Seriously? There's a fucking trap in this cell. Just crazy, man. Alright, so we'll need to be careful because there's a trap. I will give you some company, man. Oh, you probably heard something, but... Alright, so... Cannot get them. This is it. Looks like the guy's dead. Yep. Alright, so... A14 has some loot.
Come quick! Someone is trying to
Just give
escape!
me one chance. I'll never ask anything again.
Okay, you...
Trembling hands. Blood from the eyes. Anything now to start.
Let's reload this so he doesn't see me. So A14 has some loot in it, but there's a prisoner, and I don't want to free him. Some bolts inside the A11, but I don't need them. I won't get them. C19 has nothing. C18 nothing too. C17 okay. C16 is locked. C just some ammunition. Grenades, we don't need them. Who uses that stuff anyway? High chaos players maybe? You know. I enjoy playing high chaos too, it's fun. D21, just let me make a note. getting my lamp. D21. Has some rune in it. Okay. Well, there's no outside of fire, so. Will you? Where can I hide you? Up the pipes, maybe? There we go. C27, that's nothing. A21 is the cell we need to open. Just getting it written down. A21, there. This one we already visited. Just need me. There's some stuff here.
Just give me the one chance. I'll never ask anything again.
A25, just getting it written down too. Okay.
I didn't know she had it. Why'd you take my money?
Except for this. So. Another room with actual stuff in it, so we'll get the bone charm room first. Well, not the right power. Why would you just? Hello. Whoa. It looks like the glow is misplaced. This is weird. Alright, so D21. Or maybe I can open them all. Well, the ones I need at least. We have A21. Alright, and we have A25. Great. Let's see if they stay open. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, they do. Nice.
This better be worth it.
I'm liking the rune, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Scanning the area. Nothing into the vicinity. Do we have May 25 first?
Just give me the...
Prisons of the Isles, excerpt from a report commissioned by the Royal Spymaster. The most striking characteristic one will notice when comparing incarceration facilities across the Isles is the outer walls themselves, or in some cases the lack thereof. A well-known and well-feared prison such as Coldridge, with its long history as the principal prison for the capital city of Dunwall, has a number of physical barriers to keep prisoners from escaping or even attempting escape. Coldridge is housed in a single formidable structure, many stories tall, with tightly guarded gates and tiny individuals that keep the prisoners separate, minimizing collisions. The prison is dominated by its high grey walls, and as of late new technologies have been tested for deployment there, further adding to security. The height of modern incarceration, it's virtually unthinkable that one could escape from such a place. Contrast this with the prisons of Tivia located in the tundra at the center of that nation-state. At some of the labor camps in Tivia, there are literally no walls. A prisoner exhausted from hard labor and without tools is unlikely to escape the harsh climate, or the hungry packs of hounds that rove the frozen wastes. In fact, Tivian prison authorities make it known that any prisoner is free to leave at any time. In all of recorded history, no one has made the remote walk across the snow and ice to the nearest city. Interestingly, those who leave are not pursued, they are considered free people, having effectively served their sentences. Later installments in this series will cover the mines of Serkonos, where prisoners must work in order to survive, and the coastal island jails of Morley, surrounded by bitterly cold waters that are filled with ravenous hagfish.
Chance. I'll never ask.
Modern incarceration technology, excerpt from a presentation at the onset of the plague. Once again I have been asked to solve the problems of the dismal past, and once again I have delivered the solutions required by our prison situation. As with all my work, it is simply that of a mind capable of understanding their potential is required. For the benefit of the Lord Regent, and to the detriment of those incarcerated in Coldridge Prison with an aptitude for escape, I have recently adapted one of my inventions for deployment in that dank and depressing place. The potential function of these devices at the prison should now be clear to all, following the latest round of testing. With the associated power complications resolved, I have therefore recommended a two-stage implementation starting at once. The first stage involves a recent device, simple to deploy, designing to stun the escaping prisoner. The second is a more powerful deterrent, the lethal and increasingly popular arc pylon. In combination, properly applied, these devices will make Coldridge prison inescapable. Now, good thing they weren't there with Corvo. Alright, so that's three lazy kills.
Not me. Not like the rest of them.
Wake up, Lizzie.
I'm not telling you shit. Wait, who?
Down.
Is that right? Whoever sent you, I'll pay double.
I've come to break you out. You can owe me the favor.
What kind of favor?
Doesn't matter. You'll be dead in another day here.
What kind?
It's just a boat trip. Upriver. Past the blockades.
Then you're out of luck. My boat, the Undine, now belongs to someone else. My second-in-command double-crossed me and took it. A little shit named Edgar Wakefield.
It's a situation I'm familiar with. Can you walk?
Get me out of this damn thing and I'll fly. I can pay you to get rid of Wakefield.
It'll be my pleasure. Come on.
I'll just get my tiara. Down. I think
I'll have to carry her out.
Okay. So I would really like to know where the last rune is. because I haven't seen it. And I know there are 2 in this level.
The sound she made, it was like, don't. Not until the overseer finishes. I don't want to think about it. Just give me the one chance. I'll never ask anything again.
Cells in Section B are under quarantine until further notice. Prisoners who have been transferred from Section B will be observed for signs of
The
infection.
record is pretty simple.
That's nice.
I have no idea where the last room is. Absolutely no freaking idea.
We got a prowler.
Well, now that the music is playing, it's going to be harder. They don't get in my way.
Look sharp. We got a prowler. Why is no one making rounds over here?
Well, since I can't mental there, it's gonna be
Look out.
harder.
We got someone skulking around.
For some reason, guards are really twitchy sometimes, but they didn't see me, so we shouldn't do this anything.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
We got a prowler on the loose.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
We got these 2 guys are pretty weird. Looks like we all left.
Look out.
Nobody
We
got
got someone
rounds over here?
skulking around.
So weird. Oh. Oops.
Look sharp. We got a prowler.
I was sure she was going to be unconscious. There was no way.
Look out. We got a prowler.
I'm well out of reach there. So. The moon is big.
She's beaten but not dead. See that her wounds get attention.
It will be done. All quiet, sir. Ready to go.
I'm just going to make a save
Keep to your post.
in case I've missed something. I'll just load my game and find out. Probably off camera, I guess.
All quiet, sir. Ready to go.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
So let's see our stats. We killed 0 hostiles, we killed 0 civilians, we rang 0 alarms, we nobody found, overall chaos low, we didn't kill anyone, and we ghosted the mission. We learned about the Brigmore, which is the derogation. We found 1 rune out of 2, so there is definitely one of her, and one of her rune. We found 2 of 2 bone charms. We found the curved charms, the attribute charm, and we have found almost all the loot. The missing loot is of course in the cells, which I didn't want to open because the inmates would go out. So this was the first mission, a stay of execution for Lizzie, apparently. I'll see you next time in the second mission. See you guys, and take care.